everyone. I am going to read about Summer Wells. She's a little girl, 5 years old, missing from Tennessee. And I thought I would try this angle because I think it just gives you a better view of the cards, although I don't love it. But we'll see how it all works out. So I'm going to do a 9 card spread. It's possible I get more cards during this too. What I'm going to ask is number one, was she abducted? That seems to be what her father thinks. She just disappeared at her home in Tennessee. She was out planting flowers and then she was gone. I'm also going to ask if she wandered off. Her dad says she wouldn't have wandered off, that would have been highly unusual for her. She just stayed around the home. But we're going to ask, was there foul play involved? That'll be our third card. Fourth card will be, was there another person involved? So, for that one, I would think I would probably get like a court card or a king or a queen or something of that nature to describe the other person to me. And so we'll see what we get. That'll be interesting. Number 6, I'm just going to ask what happened. Maybe we get a card that depicts some sort of message in what happened to her. They're out in the middle of the country. It's very odd that a child would just disappear out there. But I will say they did say they had bears around there. They're on a dead end road, so the speculation was that it probably wasn't someone who just drove up there and grabbed her because it's not the best place to abduct a child if you're on a dead end street. And it was about 5:30 in the afternoon. So it's just that part doesn't seem to fit well, but we'll ask we're going to ask so if there was another person involved, what happened? We're going to ask, where is she? How can she be found? And advice to searchers. What the heck? We might as well ask. Maybe the cards will help. Maybe they won't, but it doesn't hurt to ask, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and get ready to read here. Card 1 was her abduction. So I'm just going to take a moment to focus on that, about the little girl being abducted, and see what the cards have to say. We're just asking information about her being abducted. We have a card right in here. If you haven't watched me read, I read energetically with my hand. I feel a warm card and then I pull those cards out in that area because I have them all kind of on top of each other. And it's at that point that I pull them out and do this. So for number 1, I actually have 2 cards. Sometimes I get 2. That is going to tell me a story. It's going to, one card's going to lead into the other. So abduction card, this is actually the 3 of Pentacles. This is an apprentice, somebody who is watching, right? Somebody is watching and learning. There's plans here in this card, so that doesn't look good for the whole abduction thing. I don't like to see that because it looks like somebody who was watching, planning, learning. May have been somebody who watched her before if she was abducted. Let's go over here and see what the second card was. Oh, I don't like this at all. Yeah. I mean, what a better card to describe the little girl being abducted than the 7 of Swords. It literally is somebody taking something from your home and sneaking away. I couldn't have asked for a better card. I don't like the message this is giving me about what happened to this little girl. I really don't like it at all. So, looks like there were plans and then somebody snuck away, and that's just creepy. Okay, I don't think I need to ask about wandered off. Well, what the heck? Let's just ask about it all. I feel very strongly the cards are pointing to abduction, which is terrible. Wandered off. Let's just ask about that. Okay, so that is the lost card. Maybe she did wander off for a certain amount of a certain point. The abduction card really stood out to me. The wandered off, I see the loss in this card, definitely. There's a lot of loss in this card. She may have wandered off by herself, and then that was when something happened. So you see the cups in here too. This can be that maybe she went down by the water. I know they said there's water around their house. There's a little creek that runs through here. She could have wandered off and then been abducted. It just, wandered away from where she was to begin with. Well, let's read about foul play. Not exactly what you want to think about, but this isn't, I don't like those first two cards at all. So I'm just asking, tell me about foul play. Her dad seems really sincere. I've watched the videos. I don't think father was involved in this. I haven't read on that, but I really don't think. Okay, so foul play, we have this person with a sword, looks like a young person. We had that seven of swords, remember here, the person sneaking away, and now we've got sort of this younger person involved holding a sword. Um, it very well could have been a younger person that was involved here, that the sword may be going back to this seven of swords, as in a younger person was the person involved here. Not a good picture. Not a good picture for this. Let's go with the next card is, who is the person involved? Tell me about that person involved. So let's see what we've got. We already got a young man over there, so let's see what else we get. It's one of these. It's this one. Oh, well, this is the King of Wands. So this is actually somebody older. The wand is a active person, and the the wands can be people that he could have been out hiking. This person could have been out in the area. Could have been somebody in the woods. Looks like somebody actually in a prominent position, which surprises me because I saw the other one looked more younger. Could have been somebody hunting in that other card, and that's why I got when I'm talking about this one. Um, could have been somebody out hunting in the woods even, and she wandered by. But we actually have he's not an older gentleman in the sense that he's old, but the King of Wands is to an older. He's not a young guy. He's not just a kid. He's kind of established himself, and he's very sure of himself. This person in this card, you can see that on his face. Um, he definitely feels like he has the dominion of that area, and he has kind of a right to do what he wants. Very, I don't like the message in that, but I do see a man involved. Hmm. This is such an odd reading. Not what I was expecting to get with her. Um, let's just ask what happened. It's I, something I don't like to ask, but let's see what happened. What happened to Summer Wells? All right, let's see what we've got right here. So this is the Judgment card. I I don't like this card. It's people coming out of coffins and being called to judge. Um, these are smaller spaces. She could have put herself into a smaller space. Somebody else could have put her into a smaller space. Um, Judgment ultimately is a card of people sort of surrendering their will to this call. And if she did wander off, which I'm not convinced she did. Well, I'll put it this way: she may have wandered off, and then somebody discovered her, is what it looks like to me, or somebody was watching her and was sneaky. The whole abduction thing looks, ugh, I don't like it at all. Um, but as what happened, and then we have um, this judgment. It's like somebody just made a judgment call that they had the right, and we saw that again in that King of Wands, which is um, not. I didn't like the feeling I got from that card, that he felt entitled, and it was his right. Hmm. I'm just going to ask. This isn't in there. I'm going to ask if this they know the family. This person that's showing up as the Seven of Swords. Does this person know the family? So let's see what we get for that, because that wasn't something I asked. Sure does make you wonder, especially with the person making plans. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is a family card. This is the Ten of Pentacles. You see the person, an older person, and then the younger generation, and then like the younger generation yet. You can pull this card up yourself and look at it. This is somebody who definitely knew the family or was part of the family. So not a stranger, not a stranger from what I'm seeing. Could have been somebody who lived close by. I suppose it could have been that. The family next door, the family around. I know they were spaced out quite a ways, but they do need to look close to home is what I'm seeing with that. Within the family or right outside of the family, somebody who knows the family. Oh, not good, not good. All right, we're going to ask what happened now. That's our next card. We did the person involved and we did what happened, right? And we got that judgment card. Yeah, I didn't like that. And then we did I'm just going to throw this in there. Did the person know the family? And it looks like they did. Wasn't a stranger. All right, now we're going to go to this. Where is she? So let's see. Maybe she can be found yet. You know, that's our best hope here. Let's see where she is. Where is Summer Wells? Hopefully we get a more positive read than we have in the last few that I've done. I think everybody's kind of turned up not so doing so good. Um, I don't like this card at all. This is the Tower card. If you read tarot, you know that that card is a um, things were going one way and all of a sudden, boom, it's like a car accident. It's like that you just weren't expecting, and bam, somebody comes from the other lane and smashes into you. It's a tower moment that something just hit you so hard you had no idea it was coming. This can be a relationship too. You thought you were getting married, and the person comes and breaks up with you when you thought they were going to propose. You know, it's just something that really, really takes you by surprise. Asking where someone is and getting the tower is well, you can't get much worse, unfortunately, than that. I, I'm very sad about this reading. I was hoping we'd get a really positive card, but either she fell. I mean, the tower could imply somebody wandering off and falling, you know, but it still doesn't look good, whichever it was, and it does look like there was somebody else involved here in the abduction situation that we saw. So hurts my heart. How can she be found? Let's read about that, because that's, I guess, where we are now. Is how can she be found? So let's see what we've got here. All right. So we have cards right in here. How can she be found? It's this first card right here. All right. I'm sorry. This is such a bad reading. I almost don't want to post it. This is the Death card now. Right after the Tower, you really can't get a worse reading for somebody. And then earlier we had that Seven of Swords with somebody sneaking by her home. Um, I just don't think, unfortunately, we're going to find her in a good state. It just looks really bad. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. The Tower and Death, one after the other. I mean, you can't read worse for someone. Um, I will ask for advice to searchers. What's going on there? Maybe they can find her though. You know. um, bring her home, lay her to rest if that's the situation. I was going to say I didn't like this card because people coming out of coffins. So we've had a multiple theme of loss with this loss card here. Somebody abducting, sneaky, taking away from your home. Looks like somebody who knows a family or is involved in the family. I don't think it's dad. Between us, I don't think it's dad. Advice to searchers. Let me ask for advice to searchers. Because they still need to find this little girl wherever she is. Way up here. Advice to searchers. Okay. Usually I don't get way up there, but I am this time. So let's see what this card has to say. Okay, we've got two cards here. We're going to take these first two. Keep working at it. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Keep working at it. Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles also can signify your home, your land, things that are tangible, things that you can possess, things that you can own. I think keep working at this search. Don't give up this search. There is an 8 here, so maybe the 8 is significant. She's been gone, I think, 5 days today. And then we've got the King of Pentacles 2. Again, that is somebody in power. Keep working at it, and I think these two are playing into each other. I think there's going to be a discovery. Somebody is going to know something. This yeah, I think this king is going to make a discovery. And I think it is close to home. Seems somebody very in charge, probably a policeman. Um, it doesn't have to be close to home, but there may be some clue or something that's cluing them in. There's just something about these pentacles which are shining through here. And remember, we got that in this family card as well. So I think keep working at it. Keep looking, and I'm not saying at the family, but keep looking at, I mean, it doesn't hurt to look within the family. Like I said, I don't think dad was the person, but I do think look in and around the family. So who knows the family? Who might have been around that area? Who lives by the family? I do think this is somebody local. And here's I almost said police officer. I do think that there will be a situation with somebody in authority that does locate this little girl. I do think she is going to be found. I'm just going to ask, will she be found? That'll be my next card. And I didn't put that in there either, but what the heck, we might as well ask, right? It doesn't hurt. Oops. Oh, I hate readings like this. It almost makes me shaky with the emotion that comes through. Will she be found is our next card. And our last card, we'll wrap it up after this. I kind of want to be done with this reading, to be honest with you. If you don't know Summer Wells, go ahead and Google her, YouTube her. You'll see lots of adorable pictures of a very beautiful little girl, which this reading has made me very sad. Will she be found? All right, it's this card right here. Knight of Wands. Again, I do think she will be found. Wands are active cards. Knight is probably maybe a younger, one of the lieutenants. I don't know how it goes in police officers, but one of the younger guys, possibly. He's out there being very active during this search. So I think that she will be found, and it will be by another one of these people. I think these police officers or these people that's searching for her. This reminds me of a searcher, So I'm not sure how it all shakes out because we did see that this sort of looked like foul play situation and a plan when we asked about abduction. So, and it's, like I said, the tower, the death card, the judgment card, it's not, it doesn't look good. And I suppose, it could be family. I keep saying it's probably not father, but I don't know that. I really haven't read on him. I'm not going to read on the close family because people will turn around and they get really crazy when they think somebody is guilty. And sometimes those people that people focus on are innocent, and that hopefully comes out eventually. But in the meantime, they really make those people's lives a living hell. So, if I can do anything, it's to help searchers, to help find this little girl, to help sort of tell her story of what is going on, but not to point fingers at one certain person, especially when there's so much we just don't know at this point. So, um, wish I had better news for this one. I don't. I don't have good news for this one. Maybe, yeah. I was gonna say maybe I'll be surprised and this is wrong, but I just don't feel that. We'll see, guys. Okay, take care. Bye bye.